It's a fine morning, but we have some great news by the CEO of Ubisoft, that is Yves Guillemot. I don't know how to pronounce his name. That might be pretty much close. But there is a good news, guys. I mean, Stop Killing Games campaign that was started in the previous months have now gained big amount of traction, okay, to the level that the CEO of a company, of a gaming company, has responded to its claims in its shareholder meeting that was conducted in Paris. Let's see the details and how and what's the stance of Ubisoft in this particular situation where games and its services shall be removed in the future if you own the game. We are not clear, but let's see what's their situation or what's their answer is to the claim of Stop Killing Games. Let's begin. Well, guys, did you know that the Stop Killing Games campaign has reached a total of 1.4 million signatures? It has hit that milestone already. So here's what the CEO is saying, okay? Although the company is doing its best to keep the games available, long-term support isn't always possible. Now, what do you learn with this particular statement? Now, this statement clearly states the fact that the company is, although will be there to support the games, but a long-term support isn't always available. Now, this can be categorized into two things, okay? One, it can be for online games, another one, it could be for offline games as well. So, what is the general ask of the people? The ask of the people is that when you take out a game, at least have the consideration of putting some version of that game that the people can play in future, because they have already bought it. You can't take the access away from people. That is just pure evil. Now, that's something that everybody is actually very much concerned about in this situation. When we release a game, we support it to keep it playable and accessible 24/7, Guillemot said. He added that Ubisoft informed players way ahead of its time if a title may be discontinued or how long will it remain supported. So, now, this is the situation. Basically, they say that it's like a false expectation, right? Not like it is pretty much a right expectation, but the thing is there is no level of confidence in the CEO that they are going to keep the game running for the future. They are already of the mind that games should not be made for long term or for perpetual use by the consumers. They can always think about this while they create the game. They in their many games previously, when those games were stopped, most of it was stopped because they didn't have the licenses of the assets that they were using for the game. So the licenses kind of ran out. But I'm sure these are very, very smart people, man. I mean, haven't they even thought about this possibility that these are games and these are kept by people for a very, very long time, and licenses should be an issue? If it was an issue, it shouldn't be added in the first place altogether. But yeah, those are the reasons they normally stop the game. So Ubisoft is very clear that we have already explained it to the consumers that these games will be discontinued and will not be remained supported in the long run. I mean, it's fair when we look at the cases. It's fair when it comes to online games and offline games. For online games, you need servers and systems that has to be put up there for it to be sustainable, but you don't need that thing for an offline gaming setup. So yeah, when you remove the total game altogether, make sure at least have consideration for some basic version of that game. Guillemot says that he specifically referred to the game that was removed known as The Crew, that Ubisoft actually offered a $1 upgrade deal and he says in quote, for just €1 they got to buy the next version, unquote. He said, quote, it's not a whole lot of money to be able to continue playing a game. Yeah, like unquote, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I really want to know who is the PR manager for this particular CEO or this company. I mean, who says things like this out loud? man, that we did offer the game. You know what? We did give you the game for just $1. We gave you the entire upgrade. And $1 is not a big amount, you see. It's something you can do. This is beggar talk, man. This is clear beggar talk. This is not a talk done by a high level management. He's the CEO of a company and he's saying words like, come on, dude. It's not that much of money. You can easily take care of that kind of money. Come on, man. Be straight. Be transparent. That you need money and systems in place to keep this running. Therefore, we are charging this service. People will understand that. You don't have to judge the economic value of the people who are buying or the economic value of the gamers and the market. You don't have to judge all of those things. Now, wait a lot when you read this one. Just think about this. This is what he's saying. You provide a service, but nothing is written in stone, and at some point, services may be discontinued. And he also mentions the fact that this issue is not a Ubisoft issue; it's a industry-wide issue. Oh Lord, can you believe this? Like he's like, when everybody is doing, I am also doing this. So what's the harm in it? I don't know. And moreover, you know what? Nothing is written in stone. Okay, some point services may be discontinued. Am I talking to a fucking teenager? Are we dealing with a fucking teenager here, man? What is this? Such a stupid statement. I mean, there are better ways to frame these words, man. I don't know who's writing this. But seriously, like, okay, this should be the company's approach, is what I believe. Okay, like major companies with such billion-dollar conglomerate, this is what they should at least use the words like, you know what, we can look into it. That's a possibility. Let's look into it. But we are not very sure about it. Hey, use like kind words, man. Look at this. Nothing is written in stone. We don't know. Now there's nothing we can do. God. It's like I'm talking to some vendor in India, man. Well, I totally agree with Ubisoft at this point when they say that obviously support for all games cannot last forever. Now that's a very, very high level of expectation that we have from Ubisoft or any gaming company, for that fact that there are systems and tools which get older with time, and there is a good chance they might get obsolete over the time. Sometimes around like 10 to 15 years it might get obsolete. That is the reason why we always have updated versions. That's why they get updated all the time. But yeah, they are doing their best to keep things available for everyone. That's what the final statement is on this issue. So yeah, we should give them at least that side of the pie. Alright, and be like, okay, they have said something. They are not outrightly saying it's not possible. They say they are going to try their best, which is not bad. Which is not bad at all. But yes, I am happy for the fact that Stop Killing Games campaign, which was actually launched by a YouTuber named Ross Scott, advocated for preserving the digital games and prevented it from and wanted to prevent it from server shutdowns and that render them totally unplayable. So this petition has now passed like 1 million signatures altogether, so which is cool. This moment in itself is like totally amazing. It's great. Let me know your views. Okay, let me know how you feel about this in the comments, most possibly. Stay tuned in. We will chase this news for a very long time.